Hey everybody, this is Joe Puente with Section 1 TV, and we're hanging out in the Fine Arts Building at Wasatch Academy, where we're going to talk with the cast of The Wizard of Oz. But this is no ordinary Wizard of Oz. First, I want to introduce all of the main actors here, and I'm just going to pass the mic around. So,
I'm Chris Quiet, and I played the part of the Cowardly Lion.
I'm John August Baumgartner. I played the Tin Man.
I'm Katie O'Connor, and I played Dorothy 3.
I'm Michelle Ander, and I play the bitter Dorothy.
I'm Greta Slaw, and I also played Dorothy.
yes, that's right. 3 actors playing the same character, but not all at the same time. Well, I take that back. Towards the end, you're all there, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. Well, this is kind of unusual. What are the challenges? What kind of challenges have you guys faced during this rather unique production? Augie, let's start with you.
Well, at first we were trying to find ways of making it a little less confusing because we were trying to go with the original story, but kind of add our own elements to it.
And now, what are you guys bringing to your individual parts? I mean, we think, well, I guess the most popular version of Wizard of Oz, we all know, of course, is the MGM musical with Judy Garland and everyone. And this borrows, gosh, from a lot of different places, not just the original work, but some interesting online resources. Would you like to talk about that a bit?
Well, we kind of made it a mockery, just a bit, by filling up dress time with, obnoxious videos that are just a little more than awkward.
And the source of these, the source of these videos?
YouTube, the magical world of the interweb. Yes. So, I mean, a lot of the time was just kind of goofing her off, so.
All right, let's come back to the to our Dorothys again. Tell me what each of you are doing to distinguish your own interpretations of that character.
Well, we all sort of have our own different costumes with different elements, and we try and bring our own personalities into it, and our own spunk and energy.
I agree. I think a lot of us, we all have our own significant way of looking at Dorothy as a character, and we all kind of bring something to the table, I think.
Yeah. I would say about the same thing. We're sort of in our own different scenes, and we react differently. On the whole, I guess Dorothy does get sad most of the time, but she can also be really happy or scared or things like that. So we sort of portray that a little differently.
Toto is also played by an actor, and he has a puppet that he acts through, and it's awesome.
Awesome. You just stare at him, and he'll just make all these weird gestures, and it totally fits with the story, and it's just really comfortable. And I think Singly is totally awesome. He's also a very good artist.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for the first scene, Toto's just this little puppet, but then Singly comes and puts his hand in there, and he can sort of act with the dog, and he can run around with it and attack people, and he does little facial gestures with it. It's really cool.
All right, well, there you have it, the cast of Wizard of Oz. Which one of you would like to give me a tour of the set? Any volunteers?
How nice of you to volunteer.
Oh, great!
I'd be delighted.
Awesome. All right, well, Augie, why don't you walk us through here? And, I'll go. And tell me, as far as this main structure right here.
Well, it's kind of our goofy all-purpose set of boxes. This staircase here kind of works as a yellow brick road. Then we have a back stair. You can still see the witch's hat. And what we do is we took this cable, attached a, what's that called? Pulley system to it, so people can fly from that scaffolding, go down that cord and either land on the box or up here. So we have Dorothy doing that, the good witches. Yeah, Nathan the Wizard, for his balloon, got sent up to the scaffolding.
Now, there haven't been any serious accidents in the production here?
No, there have been some scary moments, but no accidents.
So that'll be the disclaimer at the closing credits. No one was harmed during the pulley scenes at all.
Physically.
Mentally, I'm still on stage.
Yeah, we actually had an actress play the Yellow Brick Road. She'd grab like a yellow cloth and kind of dance around stage during kind of scene changes, which kind of represented the following the Yellow Brick Road onto the next scene to give it a bit more transition.
Now, the last time an actor played a part of the set that I can think of, well, I look at this floor and I think of the Terminator, the T-1000 turning from the floor into the guy. And then there's the big rock-biter character from the Neverending Story. He's kind of like walking landscape. Any other? Yeah, that's a great movie, yeah. What? Can you think of any other times where an actor has played the set? Or, you see, anything is possible, and I guess that's the advantage of working in a minimalist-type production like this, you know? It gives you a great deal of creative freedom. So tell me about your approach to The Wizard of Oz.
Well, okay then. The Wizard of Oz is something everyone knows about. But when you don't have a budget like MGM, you can't do it like that. And I don't want to do things over again. I like to take these stories that everyone knows and kind of play on the fact that they know them, and then do something different. So I went back to the book, the original book, which is quite different than the movie, quite different. For example, why doesn't Glinda tell Dorothy in the first place that she has the ruby slippers and can go wherever she wants?
Well, that was the surprise at the end. Or was it revealed differently in the book? Or?
In the book, it's a different witch altogether. The Witch of the North is different than Glinda. So the Witch of the North is a seemingly sort of more minor witch than Glinda. So she says, she don't know. She says, go to the wizard. Ask him what to do. But in the movie, they didn't want, for some reason, they decided not to have the other witch. And I've always thought that was funny. In fact, there's a very funny Mad TV episode of the alternative ending to The Wizard, where Dorothy gets pretty hopping mad at Glinda. What? Why didn't you tell me? You know, calls her a horrible name and everything, which is very, very, very funny. And then the other thing I did was I researched The Wizard of Oz is everywhere you look. It's everywhere. In fact, once I started to do The Wizard of Oz, somehow all of the literature I got for this spring's, you know, drama catalogs, whatever, is covered with The Wizard of Oz. I don't know why. And then you start to see, like I bought a lunch pail that has, you know, the Wicked Witch of the West on one side saying, are you a bad witch or a good witch? And the other side's Glinda. So I put it on my desk so the students know if I'm in a bad mood, I turn the Wicked Witch forward and, yeah, like that. It's really very iconographic, The Wizard of Oz. And the characters are very strong and clear, and you know and so you can sort of manipulate it and shift it around without like losing the sense of the story because it's so clear and strong. So that's what we did, and then I proceeded to find a lot of strange video on YouTube of like the Israeli rap version of The Wizard of Oz and the Turkish film.
I have to say, that pug creeped me out on that Israeli version.
Yeah.
I mean, and I love pugs; they're adorable. But that one, a little frightening.
No, it's when the pug dog is singing a song. It's not
With a
right.
human mouth. We'll throw that on there.
You'll see that later. Yes, that was one of the first ones I found. I'm like, yippee! Here we go. And I found one in Turkish that's really odd.